The Benjamin Dixon Show.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is
not merely peace in our time, but peace in all time.
I have no fear whatsoever of anybody or anything.
Did you think no one was watching?
Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Your mission.
Suppose we go where no man has gone before.
To reclaim the American dream.
To be given the right of human beings to be afforded equal rights and equal opportunities.
It's the Benjamin Dixon Show. If you're hearing his voice, you're hearing the voice of reason.
You certainly come to the right place.
Welcome. Wow. Welcome. I don't know what that was. Something in my throat. I don't know. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Benjamin Dixon Show. I am your host, Benjamin Dixon, and it is Freedom Friday. It's Freedom Friday.
It's Friday. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Yes, not only is it Freedom Friday, but it is a very special day all across the universe, all across time and space and time. And, you know, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but, you know, I tend to celebrate my birthdays. I like to celebrate my birthdays because why not? You know why I celebrate? I celebrate because I work hard, people. I'm the hardest working man in radio. I'm going to take that title from Tom Joyner because nobody works harder than me. But listen, I've got a special caller and I have her on hold. So don't let me hold her on hold too long. I have the person who's responsible for my birthday being today. I'll just call her mama or mommy. Well, hey, Ma.
Hey, Dan, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Listen, I want to be the first one to call you and wish you a happy, blessed birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I appreciate you getting up early. I know it's yes. 6 something. It's just turning 6:30 there over in the city that you're in. So thank you for calling. Do you want to say anything to my listener?
I've been up quite a while.
You've been up quite
a while because I thought it was going to be 30 minutes earlier at the end. Oh, that's okay. I hope you have a good day. I love you. You're blessed. And just keep it on.
All right, will do. Well, I will call you as soon as the show is over. Let me get started talking to the good people here on the air. And thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, give applause to my mother, the one who's responsible for all of the craziness in my brain. Love you. Love you too. All right, folks, It is Friday, and there are a lot of things going on in the news, and I would be disingenuous. I would be lying if I actually said I cared what was going on in the news right now. There was a massive security data breach, and it is reported that this security breach is going to affect every single federal database. That's not a little thing. That's pretty much a huge thing. And that's something that just came across my desk this morning. And we're going to keep our eyes on it. I think it's fast breaking and just breaking. But let me here we go. This is really what I'm feeling like today. This is what I feel like right now.
Go, Brady. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go, Derek. Go, Derek. Go, Tracy. It's your birthday.
That's how I'm feeling today, y'all. If it's your birthday, you ought to dance with me. Come on. All right, enough of that. All right, so back to news and business as usual. So Ted Cruz, I almost called him Fred Flintstone for some reason. I don't know. That's the first thing that came in my mind. So Ted Cruz is in the line of fire yet again because he didn't understand the necessity of a ceasefire. And he's made comments that insulted Joe Biden during the week that Joe Biden had to bury his son. Now, you know, as I was reading his comments, it's not what he said was nothing that's out of the ordinary for the realm of politics. This happens in politics every single day. However, somebody on his staff should have been wise enough and smart enough to tell him this may not be the week to say anything bad about the vice president of the United States, seeing as the vice president of the United States is mourning the loss of his son. That to me shows that you're not ready for the main stage. You're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready to deal in national level politics, even though he's a senator and he's in the news all the time. Someone on his staff obviously is not advising him well. And that's, to be honest with you, it's becoming more and more true and more evident that we have politicians who don't speak their mind. They speak the minds of their consultants. They speak the minds of their handlers. You know, we have politicians who really, quite frankly, we don't know who they really are, because what they represent and what they present to the nation is based on polling, based on public opinion, and based on surveys, and based on focus groups. That's what I'm looking for. So we really don't know what some of these politicians even stand for. But let me back up with regard to Ted Cruz. However, you have to have a team wise enough to instruct you to say, listen, this week we're going to be extremely gracious and empathetic to the vice president of the United States. But either someone didn't tell him that, or he really genuinely thought that this was a good time to take a jab at Joe Biden. And so it's backfired, as it should have. You know, it's one thing to play politics on every given day. And that's one of my biggest beefs, is the fact that we do play politics. Right. We don't have a lot of politicians who are out there genuinely trying to affect change to make society better. We have a lot of guys who have been in the game for a long time. And the longer you stay in the game, the more jaded you become. And that is what leads to politicians playing politics. And so that's what's going on with Ted Cruz. A lot of other things going on. You know, I don't know. I really don't know if I care to go through the news today, because, you know, the news can be depressing, and I just don't want to be depressed on my birthday, to be quite honest with you. I don't want to deal with, like, for instance, actually, you know what? Here we go. Here's a clue for me. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it this morning, simply because it's a day of celebration. You know what I really want to start doing with the show? I want to bring something a little lighter, or something with some levity, because, you know, the stuff we deal with, the monkey that's on my back on a regular basis is will kind of make your head explode. You know, the way I see the world, the lens through which I see the world, really makes me aggressively go after positive change. And sometimes the only way I can make positive change is by getting my hands dirty and fighting, rhetorically speaking, fighting. And that can bring you down. That could bring you down. And I know a lot of people, I was speaking to some family members, are like, Ben, I love your show. I would listen to your show all the time. It's just sometimes when I listen to you, I walk away angry. I walk away angry because you start telling the truth about a situation, and then I have to go to work and I have to talk to these people, and, you know, and I'm looking at them funny, or I have to do this, and then I start seeing everything differently. And that's a mixed bag of goods, right? Because I want when you leave from listening to my show to see the world differently. But sometimes when you see the world differently, and if you start seeing the world through the lens that I see the world, it can depress you. It can make you angry at a very bare minimum. And so, oh, well, look at that. I have another caller. Hang on a second. All right, let's see who this is. I have a caller from 954. Caller, what is your name? Okay, I can't hear my caller. Oh, and I lost him. Oh, that's all right. Whoever was, call back 857-600-0518. This is the Benjamin Dixon Show. It is Friday, June 5th. It is the best day of the year next to, well, no, it is the best day of year next to your birthday. Whatever your birthday is the best day of the year for you, right? So anyway, back to what I was saying. Sometimes when you see the world and you see the realities of the world, it becomes very hard to not become upset and to become angry. And quite frankly, the truth is, I wish I had this clip. If anyone is into movies and you've seen Avengers, the first Avengers, not the second one, but the first Avengers, when you realize what this world is really, what the political world is doing to our reality, because our world is not the way it is because it has to be. This is not the default system that we have to have. This is not the default reality that we have to have. It is the direct result of people who are in charge. And when you start realizing the games that have been played for a very, very long time, it makes you angry. And then when you live in this world, you are constantly in a state of anger. And so the reason I mentioned Avengers 1 is because of the last scene with the Hulk. The best scene in the entire movie was when Banner turned into the Hulk, and they wanted to know how is it that you control the rage inside of you. And his secret was, I control my anger because I'm angry all the time. And quite honestly, that's how I feel a lot. I'm angry all the time, and I don't let people bother me when they say, "Oh, you know, you're going to end up, you're an angry black man." Well, you know, it is what it is. I'm black and I'm upset. So if that to you makes me an angry black man, I should be able to, you know, anger is a legitimate emotion that everyone should be able to express and not have to withhold. That's why I hate when people say things like, she's an angry black woman, or she's an angry woman. And, you know, that's a legitimate feeling that everyone should be able to express. All of that to say, this is not one of those days. I do not want to delve into the reality. And so if you tuned in for a light show. I'm having a couple of problems with my callers. I have callers that just keep dropping in, and I want to hear from anyone who's calling. So let's try this again. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. And with whom am I speaking? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You broke up. Who is this?
Good morning.
Good morning. Who am I speaking with?
Morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hey, who is this?
Oh, okay. This is Tori. Happy birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Tori?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you so much for calling. No wonder I couldn't hear you. You have such a little voice. Thank you for calling. Who else is there with you?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Now, where's the adult in the room? Who's there with you?
Hey, this is Kim.
Oh.
Happy birthday. Love you.
Thank you so much. My family is calling in, folks. This is that kind of day, and I really appreciate it. Oh, so that couldn't have been Tori. That had to be Summer. Thank you so much.
This is Kitty. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Who else is there, Kim?
Good morning. This is Melody. Happy birthday, Benjamin.
Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. I heard. Oh, y'all have me on speakerphone. Thanks so much, guys. No, it's good. I can hear everybody. I appreciate you guys calling in and wishing me a happy birthday. I didn't want to talk about anything serious today, so thank you guys for calling. And
happy birthday.
Thank you.
There's more people on the line.
Happy birthday.
Who is that?
This is Zoe.
Good morning, B. Happy birthday.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, folks, everyone who's listening in, I have a conference call basically going on with all of my family from the other side of the country. Let's just say that. I'm not going to tell you where they are. They're on the other side of the country, and it sounds like 6 or 7 people are on that call calling to wish me a happy birthday. So I really appreciate that, especially because I never get phone calls. I'm always doing the show by myself. So so I appreciate every phone call, even if they all come on my birthday. Hey, guys, thanks so much. You guys sound like you're driving, so drive safely.
Well, that's Scott and Mommy.
We love you. Happy birthday. We love you. Woo, woo, woo.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
Scott at 4:30 in the morning.
Wait, Scott's on the phone?
God.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Scott is on the phone?
Yes, he is.
Oh, wait a minute. So I have everybody here.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yes, you do.
Well, thank you guys. Does anybody, well, since I have everybody and there's no need for me to rush because it's my show, who wants to say, girls, sing happy birthday for me?
Oh, we're not going to do that, but thank you for your
Happy birthday.
You guys aren't going to.
Everybody on the three. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
I think I better mute that.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday.
That's what happens when you have 6 people in 3 different area codes. All right. Hey, folks, I really appreciate it. I am 15 minutes in. Y'all are, I really do appreciate it. I think I have, we are on each coast. We are on the East Coast, we're on the South Coast, Southwest Coast, and we are on the West Coast. And so the time zones are different, and that's why the timing of the song was a little off. But I do appreciate I do really appreciate the phone calls. Love all of you guys. And thank you for calling in. You guys should consider calling in on some other days besides. No, let me leave you alone. Hey, you guys have a great day. Thanks so much.
You too. Dixon, we make it happen.
Say that again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All right, folks. We're going to take a break. And somewhere in here, I have break music coming up. There it is. This is Friday. Happy Friday. It's almost the weekend, and that's reason enough to celebrate. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about things in the news that don't depress us. Because why do we want to be depressed? This is the Benjamin Dixon Show. Buckle up for the ride.
When you're ready to lose weight, why count, track, and worry over every meal? Jenny Craig makes it simple. Just walk into a neighborhood Jenny Craig center or give us a call. You'll meet your dedicated personal consultant who helps you reach your goals. Together, you'll pick out delicious Jenny Craig foods that you'll love and design a menu that fits your life. And the best part is that you can get started losing weight right away. Don't wait any longer to take advantage of our best offer ever. Call 1-800-JENNY20 or visit jennycraig.com.
This is the sound of salmonella gyrating on your undercooked chicken. And it looks like Mom might be taking it out a little early. Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. So use a thermometer to cook each type of meat to the right temperature. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
On the next episode of Recipes for Disaster.
I'm making beef sliders for my friend Sandy. Nana taught me to always pull meat off the grill early so it's extra juicy.
Use a food thermometer to ensure ground beef is 160 degrees, or you could make people really sick. Sandy didn't think twice about the slider she ate until yoga class, when a nasty case of food poisoning turned her downward-facing dog into upward-moving lunch. Watch Recipes for Disaster at foodsafety.gov and learn the steps Maria unwittingly leaves out. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. Warm fleece on a I want to be football. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Benjamin Dixon Show. If you're hearing his voice, you're hearing the voice of reason.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I know I don't want to talk about the news today, but I have to talk about this because the security breach that I mentioned that's being reported by the Department of Homeland Security is reported to have been at the hands of Chinese hackers. And I've done some study on cybersecurity, and depending on the level of the security breaches, depending on the level of the attack, and depending on whether it can be connected to a state-sponsored attack, 4 million people are going to be affected. So this is a major breach. It's gone through all levels of federal agencies, all levels of the federal government. This is a major breach. And they believe the hackers came from China. Now, all of that to say, depending on the level, there are policies in place which will treat a cyber attack as an actual attack which warrants reciprocity. In other words, we will respond. And there are some levels of attacks that skip over a counter hacker attack and goes directly to a military response. There is a threshold, and the threshold in the literature that I've read is not clear. It's not clear for the public. I'm sure it's quite clear for the Department of Defense and for the President of the United States, but there is a level of security breach and of a cyber attack that would warrant a complete military response. And so this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out, whether or not this is a state-sponsored attack, and whether or not, even if it's not a state-sponsored attack, you have to understand that they are going to be responsible for it on some level. Could the Chinese government have stopped this? Did they know about it? Were they tacitly complicit? Did they just they knew it was going on and they turned a blind eye? In each of those instances, China could be held responsible for this attack, and we have to see what type of data they took. It looks like they are affecting the data of federal employees, information on federal employees, and there's a constant cyber war going on between major nations. We understand that's just part parcel the lay of the land. However, I don't think I've seen anything this major in terms of information espionage where they're stealing information. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. With that being said, I think I may have overburdened my next comment about Lindsey Graham, Republican senator who has cast his lot. He's going to run for president. Lindsey Graham predicts another Pearl Harbor. And he's pretty much said that if you are anti-war, don't vote for him. He is the quintessential is the word I'm looking for. Lindsey Graham is the quintessential war hawk. And so his campaign is based, I think he's there not as a legitimate candidate, but I think he's there just to push Jeb Bush further to the right with regard to war policies and with regard to foreign policy and their aggressiveness. I have a caller, and I believe her name is Jada. Jada, how are you today?
Well, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. What's on your mind?
No, I was just calling to tell my wonderful, awesome husband happy birthday.
Oh, and I was trying to pretend like I didn't know who you were. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my wife and my beautiful wife.
Hello.
My babe. I'm the one who tolerates all of this stuff that you see, and all the time that I give away, she's here. Thank you so much for the call, and I thank you. Did you put together all these people who've been calling me this morning? Because I normally don't get a whole bunch of phone calls.
I plead the fifth in fear that it may incriminate me. But no, I just really wanted to call in and tell you you're doing an awesome job. The kids are in daycare, but they love and support you and wish you all the best. And Benjamin is not very happy that he has to go to school and miss Daddy's birthday, but we promise to do something fun later. So we love you. Good job. Keep up the good work. Enjoy your day. And I think, I still plead the fifth. You have some more calls coming in as well. So have a blessed day. We love you.
Love you too, babe. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the most beautiful girl in the world, my wife, Jada. Babe, I appreciate it. And I'll see you shortly. Well, later
right.
on. I'll
Bye.
see you later on today, but that's shortly enough. All right.
All right.
Thanks
Bye.
a lot, babe. So can I vacillate? Can I go back and forth between all of these wonderful calls I'm getting on my birthday and the news? Should I? Would I? Could I? I probably could. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to come back to my wife in a second. I'm just going to talk about my family and all those great things. I'm going to talk about that in the third segment after the second break, because I do want to deal with Lindsey Graham and him being a candidate solely for one reason, and that is to bring the possibility of mobilizing America to be a war nation. He's come just to bring that back to the national conversation. That's it. He's not a viable candidate. He's not going to raise enough money to do anything significant. He's not going to make any significant impact in the Iowa caucus. He's pretty much there for one reason. And in that regard, you know, I can't knock him. I just despise the reason that he's there. We have just taken 8 years of undoing the war machine that was created during the Bush administration. And now they've placed Lindsey Graham into the fray simply so that he can push the conversation back towards making war palatable for the United States of America. And then you have imbeciles like Rick Perry, who saying that the first thing he would do when he gets in office, which he never will, thankfully, the first thing that Rick Perry said he's going to do is to rescind the agreement with Iran, the nuclear agreement with Iran. The number one thing these people want, the number one things conservatives want, because that's all they know how to do, is war. And they don't even know how to do war well, right? They don't get into war to win the war. They get into war to spend as much money as they can to enrich the coffers of their defense contractor buddies, because all of them are in bed with defense contractors. We had a defense contractor for a vice president for 8 years. That is their sole purpose. And so now, because President Obama has been taking us back in the other direction, it couldn't be a clear cut. You know, a lot of people are upset because he didn't close Guantanamo Bay right away. A lot of people are upset because he didn't wind down the wars fast enough. And a lot of people are quite frankly upset because we still have defense contractors there in Iraq and in Iraq and in Afghanistan. We have private military forces there. And I use the term military forces loosely. They're, you know, security forces that are acting as military forces. And we're still using drones on a massive scale. A lot of people are upset with President Obama because of that. However, you have to keep in mind what they did in 8 years in the Bush administration was to open a Pandora's box that we cannot simply walk away from and just wipe our hands clean. So for the last 6 years, going on 7 years, President Obama has been unpacking or trying to undo the damage. And now the Republicans are so secure in the idea that America is supposed to be a capitalistic war machine that they have introduced candidates into the fray for the sole purpose of changing the national conversation to being about America going to war again, or even the possibility of America going to war. That's one of the things that would kind of mess up your day, when you realize the level of games that they play, when you realize the level of duplicity, how duplicitous they really are, that they will embolden a candidate for the sole purpose. Because I want you to understand, Lindsey Graham has one message: war. That's his only message. And he has no potential, actual possibility of winning the presidential election. And so he's there for the sole purpose of moving the conversation to the right. I have a caller from 561. With whom am I speaking?
Yes. I'd like to have a spirited debate about individualism and collectivism.
Oh,
is this possible? Is this possible?
We can. I don't think, ladies and gentlemen, this is a good friend of mine, Alan, and he is. We're going to do a show about that, individualism versus collectivism. We had a great, but we just don't have enough time. I need about 2 hours for that show.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to wish you a happy birthday, man. And this guy, for all the listeners, this guy is a very intelligent, spirited, and just a really good brother, man. He's really taking care of me. And, we are in the same PhD program. And the first day I was in there, I came in after him, and you just took care of me and took me under my wing. And I just want to wish you a blessed birthday and wish you all the best, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I won't say your full name, but ladies and gentlemen, this is my good friend, Alan. And he has, you know what? I didn't get a chance to do it yesterday, but while I have you on the line, tell us about your charity and your work that you do in Haiti. And I know you probably have to go to work. So if you can do it in 60 seconds or however much time you want, tell me something about it.
Absolutely. Well, we're a 501c3 that actually has been working in Haiti over the past 10 years through my family. We're almost what we like to say is we're a foundation created by Haitians, run by Haitians, and actually formalized the nonprofit post earthquake actually, and it's called the Lila Foundation, LILA, and we're a nonprofit organization that works in health and education, promoting in the rural communities. And so some of the criticism that's been happening with some of the mainstream organizations is that, it doesn't go into the people, and they lack the technical skills. So one thing about our foundation is that we are Haitian, and we do have the technical skills, and we've been working passionately, by the grace of God, for the past 10 years. We have a school, 150 students, and we operate, and then we do quite a bit of other things by the grace of God. So I thank you for the shout out. The Lila Foundation, www.lilahelps.org.
lilahelps.org.
Yes. But thank you again for always taking care of me, man. And I really wish you the best. Really. Happy birthday.
Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. And I don't know what just happened there. Did I lose you? Hang on. Let's see what's happening there. Hey, man, I really appreciate that. And Lila, I think he said Lila.org. And the reason I had him mention that is I had to do a write-up yesterday on what's happening with the Red Cross. I'll mention that briefly on the next break. I had a caller who was calling in, and I don't want to go to break without giving him another chance. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. Watch this. I love technology. This is what I'm going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, just hold on, because actually this number I do know. Oh, they're calling back. All right. Caller from 954. With whom am I speaking?
Hello. Yes. Is it Ben Dixon?
Yes, this is Ben Dixon.
I have a quote for you. If we as Christians do not fulfill our duty to justice, indeed, God will.
Oh,
remember that?
Hey, you know what, man? I recognize the number, but I didn't recognize your voice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is really a kind of a fun day. I appreciate the call. Let's just call you Norman. Norman.
Yes.
Where is that quote from? Help me out.
Page 113 in a book called God is Not a Republican.
Page 113. You know what? It sounded familiar, but I didn't want to be so presumptuous as to say that it was my quote. But that is a quote from a book that I wrote. Yes, God is not a Republican. How's it going, man?
Hey, man, we're doing all right on this side of the world. My wife is here with me.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, madam. And congratulations to you two, getting ready to bring another baby into the world. So that's an awesome thing. And aren't you guys due relatively how much longer you got?
July 30th.
July 30th. All right. That's right around the corner. So congratulations to you two. And thank you so much for taking the time. I know you guys are not early birds, so thank you for getting up early and giving me a call.
You know we love you since we're up.
Well, hug all those little ones and hug that little puppy for me. I appreciate you guys calling. And I'm just going to assume this is my wife doing, huh?
What are you
talking about?
I think the signal is breaking up.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks so much for calling. I'm going to go to break and you guys can go get back in the bed. Ladies and gentlemen, those are some good friends calling from Florida. I really appreciate all the love today. And it's distracting me from the news, which is actually a really good thing because who wants to talk about the news all the time? It makes you depressed. This is the Benjamin Dixon Show. One more segment to go. Folks, I appreciate you staying with me. And we'll be back after this.
Hey, if you're like me, you're probably hearing the news that the economy is getting better, right? But there's one problem. You still don't have a job. Get back into the game with Chance.com, the state-of-the-art online employment connection for the new generation. Get access to millions of jobs on Chance that are actually hiring now. Stop searching for outdated job postings. Log on to Chance.com, create a profile, and then be found. Make the connection you need to get hired today. If you're serious about your career, you've got to check this out. Chance.com. Get that job. Make that chance with Chance.com. JANZZ.com.
The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. It's time we switch to longer-lasting Energy Star light bulbs. They're more efficient than the old bulbs, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. And they cut down on our energy costs. Because in our own groundbreaking age, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
You feel petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments, not knowing what to do. You do nothing. But if you do something, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about your options. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plato and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey, the dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Benjamin Dixon Show. Buckle up for the ride. Give us a call, 857-600-0518.
My mother sent a message saying I'm doing absolutely too much. She's watching the video via Chromecast and said, just enjoy your birthday. Well, I am enjoying my birthday. This is what I enjoy doing. I mean, I enjoy arguing. I mean, she should. If anybody, two people in the world who knows that I absolutely love to debate would be my mother, who dealt with me for the first 29 years of my life, and now my wife, who's having to deal with me in the last 6 years of my life. You know, so they absolutely understand that I love to debate. But the best news of the day, I'm going to be a hater for a second because I'm not genuinely a, not at all. I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan at all. I do like Steph Curry. I really like him. I think he's a monster. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's going to be legendary because he's got skills like that. But I am absolutely excited about the fact that that they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. And that was and matter of fact, the game ran over into my birthday. So I'm going to play this one time for all the Cleveland fans that lost and all of the Golden State Warrior fans that won the game last night. It's just game one, but this is what it made me feel like.
Go, Brady. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go, Derek. Go, Derek. Go, Crazy.
So every time the Golden State Warriors beat Cleveland, because it's really not about Cleveland. It's not about the Golden State Warriors winning for me. I'm a Miami Heat fan, always been a Miami Heat fan, will always be a Miami Heat fan, and that's just what it is. It's absolutely about LeBron James losing. Now, my humanity, the greater humanity in me, says that I shouldn't be a hater like that, right? My greater humanity says that he deserves to win no matter where he goes, if he's a great, one of the greatest athletes of all time, all that good stuff. But you know what? He didn't win last night. So anyways, all right, folks. So my entire show, I'm going to assume that my wife got all of my friends and family to call in, and I'm a direct product of them. So I really appreciate all of you guys calling in, and I'm going to keep my lines clear. So just in case I get some more calls, I actually like calling. I would prefer getting calls from like really mean, evil conservatives who want to curse me out and want to have a good shouting match. That's really when that's when the show would get fun, right? But and actually, hey, there you go, 639. I have another caller from 954. With whom am I speaking?
This is Angel.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm just, I know you didn't call to talk about Lindsey Graham and all those politics, so I'm going to assume you're calling because it's my birthday.
Of course. Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now, where is the good bishop?
The good bishop is right here as we speak. He's actually trying to call you in right now.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him, because I have you on the line, I couldn't switch over to him. Okay, actually, let's see what I can do over here. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can make this happen. Boom.
Okay.
All right. Is this
call from unknown caller? To add this caller to your current call, press 5. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I guess I press 5.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Okay, I did press to accept, press 1. We're accepting, pressing 1. All right. Do I have you on the line?
Is he on the line? No, he's not on the line.
Tell him to come pick up your phone.
Okay. Hold on.
I want to know, is this Christian radio? Because I got a word.
This is I can't say that this is Christian radio because I have a little bit of, you know me well. You know that I have not had the cleanest mouth all of my life. So I'm not gonna lay this at the feet of God. This is not Christian radio, but go ahead and say what's on your mind.
Hey, no, man, I want to send a big happy birthday shout out to my ace, my boy, $100,000. Happy birthday, Benjamin Paul Dixon.
Oh man, he got my entire government name going on. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for taking the time to call in this morning, man. You and Angel.
Absolutely.
Hey man, how's everything? How's everything down there in the 954?
Man, we doing well down this way. Still, just trying to keep our head above water and maintain.
Yeah,
that's about it, man.
Making the way if you can. Temporary layoffs.
That's it. But there you go. Still living in the good time, baby.
Yes.
On the way to the penthouse.
Yes, sir. Hey, we're moving on up, Doc. We are moving on up. Hey, this is for everyone listening. Hey, if you guys are listening, I appreciate you guys because this is my day, this is my birthday, but this is one of my good friends. We go way back. I mean, you ever had one of those friends that you fought with in high school, but then you ended up being best of life friends? This is one of those guys. So, man, I really appreciate it. And thanks for calling in, man. I know you guys probably have a lot of things that you could be doing right now, so I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. We love you, man. And, have a great day, bro.
Hey, will do, man. And hopefully I can get back to Florida sometime soon.
We're looking forward.
All right, man. Give everyone my regards. Ladies and gentlemen. So what was I talking about before they called in? It was something important. And, I was talking about the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers lost. And that was the guy to talk to about it. He's the only person I know that is a bigger Miami Heat fan than me is my boy Henry. And man, so I'm, like I said, I am not a Golden State Warriors fan, but I am definitely against LeBron James because he did us dirty. But how you get him is how you lose him, right? And so the fact that we stole him from Cleveland, I guess that's just apropos that we will lose him back to Cleveland. Guys, I want to be able to wrap this and give you some type of deep philosophical meaning and political insight that would help you want to listen to my show more. This is not one of those shows. This is just me. Apparently, I've had to throw my entire script out the window because I've had some really good friends and family, folks I haven't talked to in a while, call in. And so it's been a fun time. And I appreciate it. So I will keep the lines open. I didn't realize I still have so much time left. I still have 15 minutes of airtime left with you. I could go back into some politics, but something tells me that I shouldn't because I'm going to have to segue as soon as somebody else calls. So with that being said, what do? Well, we're going to go to a break. And after this break, when we come back, I'm going to give you some closing words and we'll get out of here. And I'm going to go party because it's my birthday.
You're tuned in to the Benjamin Dixon Show. Join the conversation. 857-600-0518.
Looking for the right business opportunity? Need the right product, the right marketing plan, and the absolute best training in the world? Well, look no further. The Elite Team. Every leader in time excels. They believe the key ingredients in becoming successful in life and in business are just a keystroke away. Go to www.eliteteamsite.com. That's www.eliteteamsite.com. The Elite Team has a system in place that will move you closer to achieving your goals and dreams. Visit www.eliteteamsite.com or TonyFlemingEnterprises.com today.
College is important, but it can also be expensive. College Planning Services is a group of educators, administrators, counselors, and other licensed professionals that work together to provide the necessary services, networks, and information to reach students that are serious about getting a college education. College Planning Services partners with financial institutions, corporate sponsors, and other major players in the global market to strategize in building a pool of information regarding financial aid, scholarships, and funding information to assist students in preparing to access the essential resources to build upon their path to an educational future. Learn more at collegeplanningtoday.com and let us help you start your college career.
Do you want to take your business to the next level? Ultimate Business Solutions provides the support you need to increase your customer base and sell more products and services online. Specializing in graphic arts, web development, and internet marketing, Ultimate Business Solutions creates the face of your business. If you're looking for a custom logo, dynamic website, or popping marketing material, call Ultimate Business Solutions today at 404-704-2197 or visit www.ultimatebizsolutions.com. Ultimate Business Solutions. Let us create your future.
Do you have tax issues, owe back taxes, or need tax relief? Contact L&B Tax Service today. L&B offers you over 15 years of expertise and first-class tax service for individuals, professionals, and business owners. With nationwide service, you can easily find a location near you. Contact one of our tax professionals through our website, lbtaxservice.com. That's www.lbtaxservice.com. L&B Tax Service Incorporated. Tax professionals that you can trust.
You've tuned in to the Benjamin Dixon Show.
Hey, no. All right. All right, folks, we only have a few minutes left this morning, so if you want to join the conversation, and you don't have to call and wish me a happy birthday, but since you would be on the line, you may as well wish me a happy birthday. 857-600-0518. And so we're just talking really at this point is a true podcast, and we're just shooting the breeze. That's all we're doing. If you came for deep political insight today, I have nothing to offer you. I have absolutely nothing to offer you. Don't get me wrong. At the drop of a dime, I could pull a rabbit out of the hat and give you something significant. But I think just today I'm going to chill. And after this, I'm going to do a few hours worth of work for my other work that I work, not my main work, but my second work. You know what? This is why I'm the hardest man in radio and podcasting. I'm going to give you guys my schedule, and then if no one else calls, because I don't want to miss anyone who wants to be here, then I'm going to hang up. Podcast time, just talking with you. I wake up at 5:30 every morning. By 6:30, we're out the house with my wife and my kids. I drop my wife to the train station and I drop my kids to daycare. And I come back and I do the show at 7:30. From 7:30 to 8:30, I'm here with you, and this is where I want to be. And I love being here. So and right after 8:30, what I do is I jump online and I do articles, and I write articles for various websites. There's about 3 different websites that I write for. And so you'll see my articles a little bit of everywhere. By 11, I've gone to pick up my kids, and I juggle my kids from 11 to 5. And between 11 and 5, I'm still writing articles and writing articles and writing articles and writing articles. And then 3 to 5, by 3 o'clock, I take my regular job. My regular job is from 3 to midnight. Yep. And so midnight, I get in the bed and started wash, rinse and repeat. And I do it again every single day. And you know what? That's just the way of life right now. And you know what? I absolutely love the fact that I get more done by I would say by noon. I've done more in 6 hours than most people would do for their entire week. I average about 7 to 8 articles that I write a day. And I do the radio show. I'll do videos, standalone videos. Also that I would say that this is for you, but I think most of all is for me, because imagine all the things that I have to say if I did not have an outlet, if I did not have a stage to say it on. So it is as much for me as it is for you. And so I want to thank you for letting me do this, and thank you for listening to me and helping me grow this, because it is growing. It's very small right now, but it is definitely growing. And the connections that I've made are so wonderful. The opportunities that are ahead of me are so wonderful. And it's all because you decided to listen to me long enough for me to realize that I really did have something to say. All right, I got a caller from 3. Actually, I know this number. Jay Gizzle. Mr. Gatlin, how you doing, man?
All right, and yourself, my brother. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. I recognize that number. You've had that number, man, at least 10, 15 years, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
How's everything going with you guys?
Everything is going great. The missus say happy birthday as well. I tried to get her at work, but she's wrapped up with something. So we still wanted to give you a holler and a shout to, wish our best regards on your day.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that. Thank you for taking the time to call, and looking forward to being a part of what you guys have coming up in the near future, man. So thank you. And I really appreciate it. Give my regards to the Mrs. and to the little one. And oh yeah, give my regards to the good Reverend. Tell him I need to speak with him sometime. I need a Reverend in my life.
When next time I see him, I'll make sure that I relay the message, man, and I'll make sure I pass off the contact information as well, so that he can get in contact with you.
Absolutely, man. Well, listen, thanks so much, man. I know you all of my friends are busy men and busy women. They have families, they take care of their families, and they're doing great things where they're doing them. So I'm not going to hold you, but I want to thank you for calling, man. And I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate all the calls, ladies and gentlemen. If nothing else, the people who are my regular listeners, you should realize that you can call in. We're a fully functional show, so you can call in and be a part of the show anytime you have some comments and some feedback and whatnot. Folks, I think that's probably going to be it. I hope I don't miss anybody who wanted to call in, because I'm going underneath the assumption that someone set this up for me, and I think that someone has a ring on it. So anyway, folks, this is Benjamin Dixon, and I really appreciate you guys just hanging out with me for my birthday. Really nothing insightful on this show other than the fact that I'm a human being and I have oh, wait a minute. I have another caller. I don't recognize this number. Hang on. All right. 601. With whom am I speaking?
Speaking with your producer, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing, you know what's crazy? I don't, cell phones make it so that you don't memorize anyone's number. But I'm doing good, man. How's it going? This, ladies and gentlemen, this is my producer. This is my partner in crime. And so if I say his first name, you're already going to know his last name because he's my brother. But this is my brother, Robin. And he is the guy who actually told me that I need to go ahead and do this show.
And I'm glad you come here and done the show. You're doing a great job, man. It's been a long time coming, and we got a long road ahead of us still. It's been pretty awesome, and I'm thankful that you've taken the time to do this, and I'm with you 120%, man.
Can I get 150? Hit the 150? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Were you not on the call when everyone else called, the family call?
I was not.
Oh.
I was not.
Okay.
I knew about it, but I was not on that call.
Okay, great. Well, listen, I appreciate it. And folks, I can't stress enough that this is the guy who really carried me by the hand and said, let's do this. Instead of me just sitting around the house talking politics all day, he said, I need to share with other people. And it turns out, he's been right on a lot of things. He's my younger brother, but he's been right on a lot of things. One, that people would want to hear what I had to say. Two, that I should do video and a couple of key things that make this happen. So, man, I want to thank you for helping me out on the show. And I want to thank you for calling in and celebrating my birthday with me.
Happy birthday, man.
35. I am an old man, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an old man. I'm old enough to run for president now. I used to want to run for president, but now I just don't care. I'm like, run for what? I can't say what I want to say if I run for president. So, but it is what it is. Hey, man, thanks so much. I'm about to sign off here. I don't know. Do you know if I should wait for any other callers?
I think that was it, man. I'm pretty sure Jason was the last one.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
If they want to call, I mean, they got like 10 seconds by the time I hang up. Call it.
Right, folks. So if anyone else is going to call in, now's the time. 857-600-0518. If not, I want to thank everyone that called. I don't think I can remember everyone who called in because we had quite a few calls, but I want to thank everyone for celebrating my birthday with me. And we're going to go out like this. This is how we're going to end the show.
Love you, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. Folks, this is the Benjamin Dixon Show. I'll catch you next time.
And until that moment comes, when we, the Americans, are able to accept the fact that on that continent we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other, that I am not a ward of America. I am one of the people who built the country. Until this moment.
And we are brothers. It's not a question of Jews or Christians or Muslims. We're all in the same boat.
Which we need each other.
Love is a condition so powerful. It may be that which holds the stars in the firmament.
Until this moment.
Love.
Until this moment.
Love.
Until this moment.
I come to you today to say that we can build a newer and better nation. I say we can do so, that we must do so, and that we will do so.
You've tuned in to The Benjamin Dixon Show. Visit us online at www.thebenjamindixonshow.com.
And you know what? Because I love you, YouTube, this is for the YouTube listeners. Where'd it go?
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go, Derek. Go, Derek. Go, Tracy. It's your birthday. Go, Red.
I'm wondering if I should dance for you guys. I used to be a drum major, so I do know how to dance. but I'm an old man now.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I'll talk to you guys next time, man. It's been real.